wonderful little humans. How are you all doing? I see I'm in the wrong place. I'm inside of a spaceship. We're not doing a spaceship today. No spaceships today, no. Something entirely different. Entirely different. Good times, we're having fun. Today we're going to have fun. Certainly are. After I move us into somewhere more fitting. Where do we think we're feeling like today? Ooh. Oh, does that look good? Oh no. Yeah. Ah, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? That's like the master's favourite room. You know, his little study. Sits here and he's all sad, brooding about the kind of terrible invasion from the humans again. Awful. Anyway, enough of that. I've had a perfectly acceptable day. Yesterday I had a terrible day. So yeah. Without further ado, I'm about to sneeze. Am I? I think I am. Yes? No? Yes? Yes? No? No. No, we're not going to sneeze. We're good. We're fine. Perfectly safe. Perfectly safe. No sneezing. So, anyway, again, as always, today we'll be playing around using a little bit of the old, what's it called again? Foundry. Some foundry. That'll be fun. I need to sort out my mouth at some point, but it only works when I'm eating the whole world. Oh well. So foundry. This will mostly be to store state in between games and give us extra useful bits like you know, the weather, turn tracking, so on and so forth. That's one thing I've not printed off. Have I got one laying around? I'm sure the there's one. This is the Dwarrowdeep one. Don't worry, it's fine. Dwarrowdeep part is mostly dead. Have I got my rubber somewhere? No? No. Where did I put it? There it is. Anyway, so this is one thing. I need to put my dice somewhere else because they're restricting my ability to move the misc. So let's put the dice here. Nice and easy to reach. And the next screen. Show you the next screen. So we're going to be using... hey! We've got some little people. Let's just rub this out first. So... I've got some of the most horrible smelling incense sticks because well, they looked adorable. They were monster Valentine's Day themed, so it's like, you know, goblins love lair and trolls nefarious cat, stuff like that. It was quite funny. It amused me. It tickled me at the time, but unfortunately they do all stink terribly. So I just have to get through them. I just have to use them all because I don't throw anything away. So that's the smoke that you might occasionally see, or you might not. I just see it. It's like when I was there rubbing the stuff out. It was bleh. Anyway. So paper stuff. We of course will be using OSE, where for most things we've got the old Beckme sheets. Here are our little troopers. So we're not using Tailspire for this. We'll be using the physicalness which of course means we're going to have to be using little guys and little gals and little other things in place of the things that I'm supposed to be using, because I don't have them. And the first example of this will be in our little troops. So here is our first character. This is Summerhild. She is a magic user. What more can we say? Probably going to die. We also have Nasifa. She is also a magic user, so probably going to die. We have Anthea, who is our thief. We have, now this is a funny one, right? So I don't have any female clerics. I don't think I have any clerics. I might have one big dude with a massive hammer. All I got is druids, but it's not a druid. It's this is the cleric standing. So this is Tegan. Then we have we're gonna have Artie, and we're gonna have Emiliana. So these are fighters, cleric, thief, magic user, magic user. And I was reading some book, I can't remember which it was, because the most arduous part of making characters in the old world is gear lists, and I honestly can't be bothered. You know, it's fun when you're a player and you're only making one, I suppose. You know, maybe one or two every few adventures, but I'm having to make a lot of them. So I just get armor, weapon, armor and 2 weapons, and then they can each have 5 bits of gear. And I'm not declaring the gear up front. They'll just, you know, we'll think of gear as it comes along, and we'll add it on if we need it. All right. So what we have is, of course, robe, dagger, staff for Nasefa. We've got plate, interesting looking plate, but yes, she's got plate. Plate, sword, polearm. No, plate, sword, shield, right? Because I'm using the shield as one of the weapons. Again, RT. So the reason why I've picked these two the way that I have is that Emiliana has a dex of 15, and Anti has a dex of 12. So, you know, no less armor in my mind. It indicates, you know. Yeah, you understand. You've got Ati again, sword, shield, plate mail. Tegan, who looks like she's wearing robes, but actually plate, warhammer, shield. Anthea. Anthea has leather, short bow, sword, and Summerhild has robes, dagger, staff. Right. I maxed out their hit points. But I think this adventure is going to be infinitely more survivable than any of the others that we've played through. Infinite and other ones that I've played through solo. So I think it's going to be far more survivable than Keep 'em Borderlands, Hill of Horrors, or Dwarrowdeep, or any of the other ones that I've messed around. Velocity. Right. Although with Velocity we kind of largely survived because we were higher level, right? We were level 2 to 3. We were level 2-ish, right? 1 and 2 depending on the class. So, cool. That's for party. I should really start coming up with cool names for parties. If I had any viewers, you viewers could pick the name for the party. Failing that, we'll name them once they get some reputation. Until then, they're just corpses waiting to start being corpses. Now, something like that I quite like about this adventure design is this. I think you can tell that this is a much later module. It's got the entire encounter table in the back. So I just say it went through, copied down the stat block, and here we are. The other thing that is quite cool is box text. So it's easy for you to find the area that you're supposed to read if you just read out the box text. And yeah. Also, this is split into several kind of separate adventures, unlike the other ones, which is like, here's a whole area, go do it now. So this is only the first adventure, right? This is just Castle Caldwell, ground level. Nice little bit of art there. So we'll take that out, and we'll put the rest of the adventure somewhere where it's not going to be in the way, and where I'm not going to lose it. These are two reasonably important things. We'll put it on top of the dice. So that's not going to end up in a disaster, is it? No, it'll be fine. So, and I noted all that down so that it's nice and easy to just tick it off. I also sat down and, as far as I could, picked the bad guys that we'll be encountering. And yeah, I don't need this window anymore. Go away, window. You not be in my way. Castle Caldwell. I've got some additional tiles, and I don't need this pen. You go away. Go over here with the dice. Thank you. This pencil I might need. The eraser I might need, and this pen I might need. And I think that's us. I think we're ready to rock and roll, people. I think we might be able to. We might or might not be able to clear the castle. So, out of those 5 items, I suppose all of them are going to have. All of them are going to have torch airs, and the magic user has a what's it called? Spellbook. The magic users have spellbooks. The cleric has a holy item. Thief has thief's tools, and everyone has a torch, a set of torches. So cool. Let us begin. So first off, we meet with a gentleman. We're kind of moseying about in a small town, which we don't have named actually. So let's go here. And let's just fire up Chrome, and let's turn you off for a second, and let's call this town add a page. Let's call it Uranium. There's no point in, I really wish so. If it's going to go to the trouble of underlining something, I think it should have a good decency to let me right click and update it. But it doesn't, because it doesn't have any good intentions, because every computer is evil. Every single one. All of them. They're all evil. You can hear me, can't you, computer? Yes. You're evil, aren't you? This is why you humans are in such trouble. You know, you've got far too many computers and they're all evil. Yes, they're all trying to destroy you. All of them. All of them, yes. Every last one. So we're in an inn. No, we're in a so we're on a tavern outside of Verulanium. And looking disreputable, because, you know, we're fledgling adventurers. The question is really, do we look classy, or do we look classless? It's a question, isn't it? I think it's 50-50. Classy or classless? Do we look like we've put all our stuff together out of tin pots and cans, or does it look like we had some cash? High means it looks like I think we look like we're kind of down in the dumps because we're having to be adventurers. So, and we're from all over the realm. So we're not all local. We've all kind of gathered together because we all have something in common. Being we're not stinky men. We've been putting the word around that we're in the biz for some work, right? Like some shadow runners, but not shadow runners. We're ne'er-do-well tomb robbers, aspiring ne'er-do-well tomb robbers, and we're approached by a rotund gentleman with rosy cheeks and a very nice hat and like nice robes. He's got one of those kind of like square kind of hats that you used to see with like it's got like a trestles around the top or something, and it wouldn't go out of place kind of in a Christmas time, around the Christmas table that maybe your granddad has on. And yeah, who's the wisest? I think that this is most likely to be the thief might know, might have a reason to know, and the cleric might have a reason to know. I think the other ones probably don't care. So I'm going to say it was a target number of 12 modified by their it's a saving throw, target of 12 modified by their wisdom modifier. So thief needs to roll 11 or more, cleric needs to roll 10 or more. And let's show you the dice. Bring the dice back, and maybe bring this closer. Because I've had to set the camera up at an angle so you can see the figures, means I've had to put the that's always a thief. So the thief knows that this means that the guy's a merchant, or at least aspiring to be a merchant, or trying to look like a merchant with a little hat. And I've been informed. Hello, my friends. I've heard of the 6 of you are aspiring trouble solvers and problem reducers. Am I correct in misunderstanding? And again, it's a lawful party. I don't really, we're not doing, apart from of course the thief who's neutral. There's probably a mix of neutrals and not neutral, but I've not rolled. So other than the thief that we know is going to be neutral, the cleric is going to be the thief is neutral, the cleric can be neutral because they might turn into a board, but I say 1 to 4 the cleric is lawful, 5 to 6 for neutral, 4 so they're lawful. Summerhild 50-50, they're neutral. Atti, again 50-50, they are lawful. Emiliana, again, they are neutral. And Nasifa, they are lawful. Cool. So that's, in fact, a 50-50 split. lawful and neutral characters in this party. Cool. And so, which one has the most? Who do they let talk to for them? Nasifa. With the backing generally of Tegan. Tegan and Nasifa probably do most of the talking for most of the time. And yeah, Nasifa. Tegan looks at me. Why, yes, we are indeed we're in need of a patron to provide our services to. May you know of such a person, good sir? And today's your lucky day. You see, I recently came into possession of a castle. Yes, my name is Clifton Caldwell. Clifton, what an interesting name. Clearly you are a local. Yes. I've kind of travelled around quite a bit, and I've managed to make a pretty penny for myself. And I always wanted a castle, and I finally managed to purchase one. But lo and behold, do you know, the other day when I went to go and pick up my castle, I had the keys and everything, there were goblins in there, and they chased me away. So I need someone to help me clear out this castle. Well, to go and clear it out, not help me. I mean, I expect the people, the people I hire, I expect you to go and clear the castle for some money. How much money would we be speaking about? Would we be talking about? Well, it's clear anything that you find in the castle you can keep, because it's clearly you've been left behind by former owners, and finders keepers and all that kind of thing. Indeed, that sounds very reasonable. And how much additional kind of guaranteed money might we be getting? I was thinking 100 gold pieces. Now, what do we think? I think the person most likely to have a view on this is Afia. I think she's going to try and weigh him up. Again, I think this is going to be a target number. I mean, this is like an 11 saving throw plus, again, I think wisdom. So that's going to be a 10. So 10 or more. And we always use this colour for the thief. No. So she hasn't got a clue. Question is, will the party as a whole attempt to bargain for more? I think they're a lawful neutral party. So I think it's only 50-50. So they do not bargain for more money. They're happy with 100 gold pieces. So let's just note that down in one of my many options for noting things down on. Where have I hidden obsidian? Here it is. And let me... obsidian. So they'll get 100 gold pieces for clearing the castle. 50 gold pieces up front. So, cool. And where is this castle? On your way out of town, if you take the North Road, travel for about an hour, and you'll see a winding path heading up a set of hills, and upon those hills there is a castle overlooking the road. That's Caldwell Castle. Here, I'll lead you there, of course, for the first time in going there. Yes, wonderful. Shall we head off in the morning? Yes, that would be very, very fitting. So they don't need to get any more equipment. They've got 5 pieces of equipment each. 4 pieces and 3 for some of them. And remember, we're going to be using the luck dice rule. We're going to be using the we need the luck dice rule, wounds, and the death D6 death or save. Well, not so much save, but what happens to them when they get the old stabberoo. And that's, I think, it for the main adaptations. The one thing I haven't done is roll for the wizard's spells. So as always, they all get read magic for free because I am a generous god. And magic user, first level. D12, right? Probably would have helped if I just went to the cat. Yeah, this collects magic users. So D12. Did I take out a D12? No, I thought about grabbing. I thought I did grab a D12. I clearly haven't grabbed a D12 because there isn't one there. Now I've thrown the thing on the floor, so now I'm bound to roll over it. That one will do. You two will do. Oh, I think that's something I was surprised by. But the new Critical Role game that everyone had been saying was going to be a D20 game is a 2D12 game. It's a bit weird. Interesting idea. Let's put it that way. So, Summerhild has number 9. Oh, that's read magic. We've already got that. She has number 9. No, she's already got that. She has 10. Shield. That's a rubbish spell, isn't it? Shield. That's never going to get used. And we'll just have a quick read of that once. Well, beforehand. No, we're not both having shield. 3. Ugh, no, useless spell. 12. Slightly less useless, but still one of the worst spells you could possibly get. Ventriloquism. So, this is like 2 games in a row where the wizards have more or less been useless. Just XP consumers and no other value at all. So I used to play, and I think maybe I should start doing it again, where wizards can use slings, because otherwise they're just like pottering about, seeing if they can do anything vaguely useful. So the other one that I rolled that I just could not be bothered with again was floating disc, because it is absolutely useless, right? About the most useful thing I think you could possibly do with it is use it to really slowly move across water, and that's it. It is like the most useless spell because it only lasts for 6 turns. So it's not like you could use it as a replacement for a mule, right? To carry stuff in and out. Because, I mean, it carries a high load, right? 5,000 coins. It's a good load. But unfortunately, 6 turns is absolutely useless. Unless you've like found something right next to the entrance of the dungeon. And you don't mind moving really, really slowly. Half motion. The disc moves at waist height, the mains level, floating along horizontally within spell range. So it moves as quickly as your wizard moves. So yeah, absolutely useless spell. I mean, literally. So good spells, of course. Charm Person, Light, Protection from Evil's not too bad. Magic Missile's awful. Sleep, amazing. Shield, right. Range, it can only be cast on a caster. Gives the caster an AC 2 against missiles, and an AC 4 against melee. So useless. Ventriloquism, which is the other one I rolled. Range 60 foot. The caster may make their voice appear to come from any location or source. We won't need to look those two up. So, they're both going to take read magic as opposed to shield and ventriloquism, just on the off chance that they find a magical scroll. So yeah, that's that. They're going to spend all their money looking for a wizard and try and learn some useful spells. Is going to be their bit like a, oh look, I've got wizards, 2 of them, doubling the chance of not having terrible spells. Oh look, we've got terrible spells. Oh well. This is life for you humans in the dungeon worlds. So cool. Let's get started. We arrive the next day at the the other thing of this, wandering monsters we roll every turn, but there's only one set of wandering monsters. So there's just 4 wandering goblins. So yeah. Then we got a little description upon reaching the castle. Oh right, okay, so normally you'd give them a trace of the outside of the castle on a bit of parchment. So that's cute. So they can fill it in, you see. Also important, scale on here is 1 square is 10 foot. This will be 1 square is 5 foot. Easy. Cool. Has it got a general description for the place? No. No. In here? So one of the things we normally had was a kind of generic description of that floor of the dungeon. Yeah, when you... No, it doesn't. Okay, fair enough. This is interesting. Room description is given in box format. When your party first approaches a room, read ahead to know what they'll encounter. A copy inside of the box is designed to be read aloud. Box text. Yeah. I'll read you some box text, people. I'll read you some boxed text. Right. So, we'll say that we have started our little adventure at... Let's first off go forward a day. See what the weather's like. My eye's itching. One of the few things that us slimes have, eyes. No one knows why. Mostly just to make you humans feel better. You get weirded out when things don't have eyes. Calendar. Let's go forward a day. Set. Oh, it's rainy today. Nice. Torrential rain. So we stood outside in the rain and the squalor, but we're there nice and early, ready to rock and roll. So let us get on. The castle is a generic drab affair. A 1-story tall and a grey block, a grey stone walled monstrosity in many ways. There are clearly at some point the fortress was properly whitewashed and had beautiful red towers, but now they're just kind of grey, and the towers clearly need their roofs replacing. But with a little bit of spit and polish, we're sure it would end up looking quite nice. Summerhill looks at it and goes, "I've seen better pigsties," and Taya grins and shrugs. As long as the coin is really gold, and as long as the place is full of treasure, I don't mind what it looks like. And I've slept in many a pigsty. yes, haven't we all? And with that, we open the door. So, as we can see, we're in a corridor which is 4 squares. It goes 4 squares to the north. And talk through this a bit like I was talking through it for the players. So we head through the doors, and we're in a dark, unlit corridor. We light our torches and we click the first turn. Donk. Donk. The corridor is 2 squares wide, and it is 4 squares. It has 4 squares to the north. There is a door straight ahead on a wall, and there is a door in the centre of the wall on the right and left, and then the corridor, once going 3 squares forward, there's a heads off to the right and to the left. So the walls are 3 squares and then turn in both directions. What are we going to do? Well, clearly we're going to listen at these doors. So what we can do is we'll go so they draw their little map, right? So we've got this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, right, like so. We have a door on both of these, right? And then this corridor, well, hold on. They're tortured. Well, this door is open, so that's actually letting in natural light, right? So they can see, like so. Lucky I got 3 doors out. Really, I wasn't planning on doing so. 3, right? And the party will have the 2 fighters up front. Faith. In fact, in this layout, we'll probably be a bit like this. So, door on the left. We're going to go up and have a listen. Jonk. I need to change the page on this. So, roll a dice. I don't hear anything. In fact, to be frank, yeah, so they don't hear anything behind this door. But they are hearing shouting from behind this door. Right? There's an animated argument going on. So, given that they can hear an animated argument going on, what they're going to do is gather around this here door. Like so. two wizards staying out of the way, because they are, as aforementioned earlier, completely useless. So, the argument is in a strange language. Do any of the characters speak Goblin? I think it's unlikely. So 5 and 6 is yes. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is Emiliana. Emiliana goes, wait, they're speaking Goblin. Sounds like they're arguing about treasure. Treasure, says Antea. Yes, treasure. Quite vehemently arguing about it. In fact, they're arguing about whether or not, which one of them should get to keep the treasure. Antea smiles and goes, "I think we know the answer to that question." I think we do, says Emiliana. And let me just note down that she speaks Goblin. Speaks Goblin. So, because there's an animated argument, they're gonna try and open the door quietly. Good luck with that. Now, I'm gonna say target number 14. No modifiers. 2. They don't open it quietly. So they open the door, and because their torch, so they open the door. I should probably put a marker on here, to be frank, so I don't forget where the door is, because I just did just then. So they open the door, and in here it goes 1, 2, 3. That we can see. So this goes into my keyboard. So we can't see over here because their torches are just torches, and so we can't see that far. In this room, have I got any nice looking props? Probably not. No. So what I do need to get is I need to get more bits and pieces, right? For stuff. Anyway, you see 4 small humanoids, each armed with a short sword. They are arguing with each other, evidently over 2 large piles of coins on the floor. Well, we've seen each other, they've seen us, so we roll a d6 to see who gets to move very first. So this is kind of pre-initiative. So who? Oh yes, and for goblins, of course. I went to all the trouble of getting them out. So here. Right. There's probably like there's like kind of coin on the table on the floor here, and coin on the floor here. Probably like a little table with some stools on it. Yeah. One of them's on its side here. Yeah, that kind of thing. Angry goblins. So, yeah, who's going to go? Who's going to react first? The players. So, because the players know that they're arguing about, the characters know that they're arguing about gold, so their first action is going to be to they're going to kind of go in for the attack, right? So this isn't the actual combat round, but this is kind of what they're doing when they first see each other. And they're just going to spectate out the back. The goblins are very angry. No taking the treasure, no taking the treasure. But not in it, they're just like and the actual combat round starts. So, as an FYI, this is always going to be a fight, because they're going to fight to protect the gold, unless these characters didn't want to take the gold. Yeah. The goblins will fight ferociously to defend their treasure. Okay, characters go first. So, first is movement. So she is going to move into the back. So now she has a clear range attack on everybody. Range attack. So movement, they're not moving. They're not moving. Range attack. She is going to shoot one of them over here. Her to hit armor class 0 with a missile weapon is Antea 8. So she's got a +2. What's their armor class? Their armor class is 6. So hers is 8. So to hit a 6, she needs to roll a 30. It's a big number. She doesn't get it. Gains a luck point though. Where's my pencil gone? Here it is. So she's got a luck point because she missed. Next. Magic. No magic. Melee. So assign out some dice. Hold on. Why don't I have that D20? There it is. The best D20. So the best D20 is going to go to best D20 will go to Emiliana. So Emiliana, Artie, and Tegan. That one, right? So they'll roll. I think only the 16 is a hit. Oh, actually, no. Who's got the 11? Emiliana. Hold on. 8, 10, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. These have both hit. So, using the wound system, Emiliana smashes this wee goblin in the head. And Artie smashes this one in the head. And Tegan misses, so she gets a luck point. Okay, goblins. So Emiliana's armor class is 1. So goblin looking for big number. Goblin against 1 is looking for an 18. Tegan has a 2, so looking for, so against Tegan, looking for 17s. Against Emiliana, looking for 18s. Neither of them hit. Right. Next round. So, morale check. Well, let's see who moves first. Even Stevens. I'll do resolve these simultaneously. this time around, as opposed to what I normally do, because this is a bit more of a spicy adventure. I mean, this is a bit more balanced adventure, so I think we can give the bad guys a bit of a leg up, right? Oh, I'm warm, I tell you, super warm, warmest slime in the world. Let me just get that out of my way. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. What were we doing? Ah, yes, this round is everyone moves at the same time. These folks not moving. Chill, move in and attack from behind. Chill, move over here to back that up. Okay, looks good. Let's roll for the combat. So Emiliana, Artie, and Tia, Tegan. And Tia hits. So this is dead. And Emiliana hits. So this is dead. And because they both died in this turn, I'm not going to give the other two an extra luck point. Sweet. So there's a 50-50 chance of a wandering monster after a combat. 2. That's not a wandering... No, 1 is a wandering monster. Okay. So. 1 to 6 need 1s. Right. For these two. Neither of them hear anything. So. 4 goblins. Turn this corner as that fight comes to an end. Bonus is we don't need to worry about these goblins anymore. We don't need to worry about wandering monsters anymore, even. So let's roll for surprise. Well, if I haven't heard them. Go for surprise. 1, 6. Oh, right. Well, that's a bonus, is that they're surprised. So they come around this corner and they're like, what on earth is going on? Well, the closest presumption that the goblins get. And in our surprise, we are not surprised. So we, for this turn, these two will withdraw into here and go, goblins! To which, right, so these move 30 foot, right, which is 1, in fact, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. 5, 6? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Uh-oh. Don't knock over. Oh no, it's all gone horribly wrong. Everybody's falling down dead. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In fact, she can move 8, right? 7, 8. Now, some other things to bear in mind now that we're here. This goes down in this direction. Another. Like so. And the same here. Right. This is all going to need rubbing out in a second once this combat's done. And the same here. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, yeah. And there's a door. A lot of doors here, right? How are we doing over here? So you're Doc, then Donk. 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 Right. We'll move doors around as required. Interestingly, normally in the dungeon, this just swings shut behind them as they leave. Earlier, these two were holding up the door. Now we're kind of running here. So these two are probably going to start thinking about counting money whilst they're hidden away in here. So these other goblins, they're surprised for this initial phase. So 1, 2, these two are going to attack this one. So we've got Tegan and Emiliana. So Emiliana and Tegan. Emiliana hits. Tegan also hits. It's dead. Right. And Artie should have gone first, not Artie. Antea. Antea misses again. So it's another luck point built up. Okay, next round. These goblins. Oh, fiddlesticks. We were doing a combat simultaneously last time. Oh well. 1-1. So simultaneous movement and attacks. So we're going to go. They're going to move first. So this one's going to come here and attack her. She's going to come in and attack it. This one is going to run over and attack Tegan, and she's going to go over and attack this one. Okay? Yeah. Looks good. Ranged, no ranged. Melee. Let's do the melee. So, these two are attacking that. So that's Anthea, Anthea. So, Anthea and Artie attacking first. So they both miss. Anthea misses again, and Andy misses for the first time. So in response, this is going to hit back, and it's going to attack Anthea with a 16, so that's almost certainly a hit. Her armor class is 5. So to hit a 5, she needs a 14. They need a 14. It got a 14, so it does 1d6 of damage to her. 4 points. So that would very nearly kill her. Except she's got 3 luck points to spend. So she should spend a luck point, and she manages to, as the sword comes down to stab her, and it gets through her guard. Somehow it kind of clinks off of a lucky charm that she had, and she's happy and fortunate about that effect. So that's good. Tegan versus that one. So Tegan, and we'll just let that one roll that dice, right? So 17. That's a hit, I think. And Tegan misses, so Tegan has gained a luck point. She's got an armor class of 2, so it needs a 17. It rolled a 17, so it's hit her. Again, 1d6. 5 points of damage. She doesn't like that, so she's going to spend one of her luck points and reduce that by 5 points of damage. So there we go. Another, the power of God is with her. Next, we're going to go Emiliana and this goblin. So Emiliana and the other goblin. Emiliana hits it. It misses her. It is dead. Okay. Morale. Their morale's probably like 7. They're staying for now. And who goes first? They go first. Yeah, no missile, no movement. Melee. This one is going to attack. Anthea, and this one is going to attack Tegan. So against Anthea, we're looking at and Tegan, right? It misses. They both miss. So in Repri, Anthea and Anti attack. Yeah, that's a terrible miss again. Anti rolled an 8. She's looking for 11s. About 10. What's she looking? She's looking for 13s. They're both just a bit far off. She's going to spend a point. So Anthea is going to spend a point of luck. She needs 3 or above. She gets 2. Because of course she gets a 2. Well, I'm not rolling another dice. I'm keeping that luck dice. That also means that her luck dice is valid. So Anti gets a second luck dice. Next is Tegan and Emiliana. Tegan and Emiliana. Ugh, that's a terrible roll. But it is Emiliana's first miss. So, you know. Emiliana, Tegan. Building up those luck points. Cool. Next attack. Let's see who goes first. The party go first. See if anyone tries to run away. Well, with an 11, they do want to run away, but they are both still engaged in melee combat. So the rule, I do believe they withdraw, but they get an attack at -2 against them. So morale checks. Attack roll modifiers. Behind target +2. Attacker exhaustion. Anyway, right. The goblins are trying to get away, but they are currently engaged in death battles. So they could run, right? But they do need to get away. So Anti and Anthea and Artie. Oh, it's Artie, not Anti. Artie attack, and they've got +2 to this roll. At long last, Artie hits. It is dead. We don't get that luck point. These two on theirs, because we're also at +2 because they're running away. So we're basically stabbing them in the back. Right, and Emiliana kills it. Okay. There are no more random monsters in this dungeon. And we need to take a turn to recuperate. So, this has been kind of one continuous battle so far. But we're now into turn 2. Let's click on the next turn button. Turn 2. We still hear the torrential rain outside. So they're going to move back into this room. Remembering that there was gold in here, of course. And we're going to properly loot the room. So that's going to take us a turn. So another turn. What do we find? 3,000 silver pieces, 3,000 copper pieces, 4,000 silver pieces, and 1 gem worth 50 gold pieces on the floor. So we're not carrying all this with us. We'll have to have this picked up later because so we've killed 8 goblins, and we have found what was it? 3,000 copper pieces and 4,000 silver pieces. So this equates to 430 XP. This equates to 80 XP. Remember, it's all about that money. All about the Benjamins. So, oh yes, and gem, 1x 50 GP. So that's 50 experience. We pocket that. We're going to give it to Emiliana. We'll pocket the 50 gold piece stone because useful, eh? So we're then going to move back in this direction, building back up our marching order again. The door swings closed behind us. We've progressed another turn as we open this door. Right, so we open up that door, and what have we got? What have we got? Open the door. What's in this room? This is room number 1. An abandoned dining room. This room appears to have once been used as a dining room. There are tables and benches scattered throughout the room, many turned on their sides or upside down. Everything is covered with cobwebs. Any party I have where you say cobwebs will just like stare at me, because my kind of go to default, I don't know what to use, I want a monster, is always giant spiders, to the point where I actively attempt not to use giant spiders for anything, because I have overused them quite a lot. So new room, we're going to search it because of course we are. So this will be another turn. I'm not drawing out this room, and we'll clear the table after this of all the scribbles so far. So we search this room. Let's do a turn count. So, alright, I'm missing one count on the old turn, and then another count on turn, and then we need to rest. Right, so this last box will be spent in here resting. Rest. Okay, so this room has, after a thorough search of kind of kicking up anything that looks like it can be moved, we find a sack of 500 silver pieces. Well, 500 silver pieces. Now the question here is, do they empty out the bag? Really, the party should have like a bowl, like a sifting bowl, like a big old bowl that they carry with them, and they do. So they've got this big old bowl, and they pour the bag out into the bowl, and like sift through it to make sure there's no, like, you know, stabbing items, there's no scorpions in there, you know how it goes. And whilst they're sifting through it, they also find that there are 3 gems. 1 300 gold pieces and 2 50 gold pieces. So this means we are now at 3 50 gold pieces and 1 x 300 gold pieces. Oh, this gives us 450 gold pieces here, 450 XP even, and 4,500 silver pieces. So this gives us 480 XP. It's going well. This is more gold than you know. So this is, again, you can tell that this campaign, this adventure set has been put together after they've learnt a bit more about players, and they've learnt a bit more about just what you need to give them to make them kind of engaged for the first few hours. So with that, let's do the old GM thing and put our people to one side and hold on, let me check this. Let me check this and this. Where is it? Here we go. My problem is I don't have enough table space anymore. I need more. I need a bigger table, or I need like a side table that I can put here. Yeah, we'll have to think about it. So. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so we're not going to get rid of this just yet. But we are going to put the doors here and here. And we're going to get all these dice out of our way. Nuisance. The fun and games of using the physical side of things, right? You can also just go. What I need to do, I suppose, is... Oh! Haha! Guess what I've got over here? Something that will help me out with this problem. Natural screen cleaner. I rage it. This is just water. But, you know, me being disingenuous, I'm sure. To the good people at naturalscreencleaner.com or whatever it is. But does the job, eh? Does the job. Cool. Top bananas. So again, thief out front. Has a little listen at the door. Doesn't hear anything. Open the door. Yoink. And this room is... Right, I need to keep this over here. And I need to keep this over here. 4x4. So this is... Let's just draw these in whilst we're here. Cool. So, 4. We can see I see a man lying on a bed. So there's a bed in here. Here, right? There's a little. Just hay, right? Hay with a blanket. And there's a dude in the bed. So you see a man laying on the bed, armed with an axe. There's a door on the far end of the room. On either side of the door are windows, high up on the wall. That's weird. So, okay. Well, there's a man in here, and he hasn't got a sword, of course. He's got an axe, and he looks at the players, and he looks at the party, and the party look at him, and we roll d6 each to see how they who moves first. Well, the party moves first, but because it's a human, and he's kind of in bed, even though he is sleeping with his axe, which is a bit odd, but you know, not that odd in the grand scheme of things. They decide not to immediately leap over and start stabbing him, which is generous of them, really, if you think about it in the grand scheme of things. Adventurers taking a moment not to stab a denizen in a dungeon. And he looks at them, and they look at him, and he looks at them, and they look at him, and he's like got his hand on his axe, and they've got like their hands cautiously on their various weapons. Oh, well, their weapons are already out, right? Because they're traveling around this blasted dungeon, but they're not rushing in and stabbing him with anything. He's like, yes. And they're like, who are you? And he's like, who are you? And they're like, we're here, we've been sent here by a guy called Caldwell who owns this place now, and he wants everyone out. And he's like, oh, well, I'm Trader Joe, and I was just staying here with two of my mates, because, you know, keeps you out of the rain. And they're like, okay, and? Oh, well, nothing really. Alright, okay. Alright, well, as long as you leave us be, when the rain's gone, grab your stuff and get out. They're like, okay. So, you know anything else about this place? And he like shrugs. I've been here, you know, a little while. We were just travelling through. So, yeah, there were goblins. Yeah, we killed them. Yes. Okay. Yeah, there are some spiders back there. And by it, there's a really angry vole pottering about. Okay, well, don't take any more stuff, because I've seen you, so I know who you are. Of course. I'll see you in town. Oh, almost certainly. Okay. This was weird. Certainly was. Yeah. And, what's through that door? They ask. And he goes, oh, that door. He'll know what's through that door. 30. It's just another bedroom. Right. Okay. Well, you keep yourselves out of trouble. You too. Cool. This has been emotional. Yeah. Yeah, it has. We're okay, but you know, you're not going to try and stab me and steal my stuff. No, as long as you don't try and stab me and steal my stuff. Not on the cards, young lady. Not on the cards. You're right. Okay. And he looks across for 6 of them, and he's like, okay, well, good luck. And he's like, we're like, yeah, you too. No, my friends are in the room next door, so this room and this room. Right, well, that's fine. Yeah, top bananas. You do you. Have fun, sir. Yeah, thanks. So the question is, now that we've finished with that little encounter, let's get these out of the way. Let's get this gentleman over here with his 3 other trader buddies. We'll put them here because I don't think we're going to... They're in these rooms. If we have to come back and have like a sprawling conflict with them, I'm sure we will. But we won't, so it'll be fine. Get out. Yeah, let's just clean the rest of this stuff off of here, so that we can move on. Bearing in mind each turn is 10 minutes, right? So that little exchange was a turn. Kind of funny that they decided to make it so it only only dry erase markers worked on it. But hey, you know, that's the thing. Right, so we've cleared these 3 rooms for all intents and purposes. Now the question is are we going to go forward through this, or are we going to go back and around here? So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. We're going to go in here. And I have done all the turn tracking, right? No, I haven't. So we've done yoink, and we've done yoink. And now, so that was that. Now we're doing another one because we're heading into this room. So we go 1, and now there's 5 doors to go through. Oh dear. Okay. So, do I need to worry about anything here? Oh yeah, I do. Okay. So this is 8 by 4 in this central area, right? Ah, fiddlesticks. Scribbled all over myself. So, if we go 3. There's too many blasts, too many doors. But don't worry, I've got more doors. Whoever thought that? I was sat there earlier thinking, when am I ever going to need this many doors? And not having looked properly at this map, which loves a door. Tell you what though, it's an easy to describe map, right? There's just loads of, it's a 2x2 room. And you're like, cool. Or it's a 4x4 room, depending on how they're drawing it. So this is a 4x4, 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 and this end one is also 4x4. Cool. And so this is 30, just so we can keep track of them. 30, 27, 28, 31, 29, and 16. Cool. And we're the crew. Here's the crew. So we were told that there was nothing in this room. So wizards at the back, thief in the front, fighters knocking over doors, as you do. Cool. So, question is, search this one first or this one first? 1 to 3, 4 to 6. This one first. Okay. Does she listen at the door? Can she hear anything? No. This is room 27. 27. Here we go. Now she pushes open the door. This is this room. So this is the first move in this room, right? So we listen, open the door. Room 27. This again is a trash-filled room that contains an empty bed. Bed cloths are rotten and decayed. The room appears to be otherwise empty. A door on the cast wall is flanked by 2 small windows about 7 feet from the floor. It's weird. Weird again. It's a weird place. Hold on. Does that mean... Alright, so this is the door we've come in through. Well, we're going to search for the room, because of course we're going to search for the room. Because why wouldn't we search for the room? So, that's another turn. Donk. While searching the room, we find 300 silver pieces and 50 gold pieces under the bed. Because of course we do. So that's another... yeah, this is our first actual gold pieces, eh? So we found... and... Now if we killed the folks before, we'd have got some good stuff, but we are not, unfortunately, a party of killers. So we've got 30, 80 more gold pieces. Yeah. I mean 80 more XP. So that takes us to 560. Next turn. So we've checked this one. The door swings closed behind us. Now, do we go this way around or do we go this way? So 1 to 3, we go this way around. 4 to 6, we go zigzaggy. 1 to 3, so we got 2, so we go this way around. Cool. So again, here, use this turn up. Use up a turn. She listens at the door. And again, we've got folks ready to dive in. Like so. Listen at the door. 4, we don't hear anything. So she steps back. We open the door. This is room 28. This is a trash-filled room. Contains an empty bed. There's a chest next to the bed. Otherwise, the room appears empty. So we will again search the rooms, paying a particular attention to the chest. However, the chest is empty, and the room does not have anything of value in it. So that's life. Sometimes So we need to tick off another turn. Let's just show my turn counts. So one more turn. Fiddlesticks. Okay. So we rest, donk, and we're on the next turn. So again, give it a listen. No. This is room 16. Is anything gonna eat us when we open up room 16? And the fact that I've drawn it out probably means that at some point someone's gonna try and eat me. 16. It's another bedroom. Donk. Okay, what do we see in here? 16. The room contains 3 small humanoids with scaly, rust-brown skin and no hair. They're armed with spears. There is a door on the far end, flanked by a small windows high up on the walls. Okay. Room 31. Okay. Right, 16. 16? 30? 30 was just a big bedroom, wasn't it? We've been in 30. I mean, that would make more sense, but 30 is bedroom. Yeah. 31 is courtyard. Doesn't matter. Okay. Bit weird. I think that this is keyed wrong. I think 30 is supposed to be a courtyard and 31 is supposed to be a bedroom. Because that makes a lot more sense than what is the case, which is 31 is the courtyard. So, I think there's a mistake in this book. Not the first mistake that I've noticed in this book. Again, I think that indicates its lateness in runs, right? So this has come pretty far down the line in the universe. So anyway, not a problem. We run it as it's written. 31 is the courtyard. Clank. 16 has 3 little dudes. We'll be reusing the goblins. Okay. Doesn't make any difference. Anyway, so which room is it? 16. The room contains 3 scaly humanoids. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Does anyone speak Kobold? I think this is unlikely. So, only on a 5 or a 6 will someone speak it. Somebody speaks Kobold. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Okay, this is... You've not had much action in the game, but it turns out you speak Kobold. This is Nasefa. Speaks Kobold. There you go. Speaks Kobold. New discoveries every time. Yeah, they've really messed up this map, right? So this is supposed to be 31. This is supposed to be 30. So there's an encounter keyed for here, which is supposed to be in here, which would change this area quite a bit. It would change this encounter, because this encounter goes, well, A, it's assuming that I've come from this direction, right? Not this direction. And you say, they'll open the door and let the keyed encounter through, and haha, bad things will happen. As it is. So we're going to roll to see what the initial reaction is. So they go first, and they just look really nervous and unsure about this situation. And you know, we it's so straight. I always think it's a bit weird, but she starts speaking kobold at them, and they're like, "Oh, this is a bit strange." And she's like, "What are you doing here?" And she's like, "Well, we live here." And we're like, "Not anymore." We're like, "Why?" Like, "Someone else owns it." And we're like, "What do you mean own? As in like they bought it?" I don't understand what you mean. How it's where we live. Right, well, not anymore. Right, but we live here. Where else should we live? And we're like, well, it doesn't matter. Somewhere else. But why? Because this guy, he's bought it. Right, but we live here. Well, not anymore. I don't know how to break this to you, but you don't live here anymore. Like, oh, I mean, it looks like we still live here. And they look around for a moment. He goes, "Look, I'm gonna level with you guys. You got two choices. You can leg it with the traders and get out of here, or we'll have to forcibly evict you." See what I was having a wee gag about this. But it's quite funny because what we're basically doing, we're basically bailiffs throwing the squatting tenants out of the property because, you know, the Lord wants to move in. We're basically the police. This is why I'm really interested in making an adventure that takes that angle on things, right? Where the lawful characters are actually the bad guys. And that's why we started talking about lawful evil and all the rest of it. But more to the deeper elements for, you know, the civilizing forces in inverted commas are actually colonial powers and fascists, and you know, they're bad, and maybe we should be on the side of the monsters getting evicted from their homes. So I'm going to say that this is probably like a difficulty 6 saving throw, right? Modified by charisma. I bet she's not very charismatic, is she? Oh no, she is. Yeah. So 6. So she needs to roll a 5 or more. And they do. So they're like, "Oh, well, we're sad." And we're like, "Sorry." And we're like, No. It's better than getting killed. Right? This is true. And they're like, "Be careful for the doggos." And we're like, "What doggos?" "The doggos. I don't think they'll be so polite." They say as they kind of pack up their bags and they kind of like head off, these wee little sad kobolds being like, "Doggos, they're in there," they say, and point at this room. Bye. And they kind of leave without ever lifting a hand in anger. I feel kind of bad about that, says Nasifa. You know, yeah, it almost feels like we're the bad guys, says another one of the lawful characters. Says Tegan, alright? Do you ever think that maybe this whole gig is kind of, you know, a bit corrupt? I mean, she shrugs, and probably, now that I think about it, but I try not to think about it too hard. Yeah. And with that, I'm going to give them the experience for clearing that out. So, not much, another 30 XP. Got the kobolds to leave of their own volition. I'm going to give them more experience points than it would have been worth from stabbing them. I think that's quite cute. And we now also know that one of them speaks kobold. So room 29. Again, same thing. Listen, don't hear nothing. We open it up. 29. Trash-filled room. Just another empty bedroom. But them being them, they search it. I mean, I said that's probably just a single turn, right? Because yeah, listen, open, nothing in here. Right now, they said there are doggos in here. What are we going to do about it? Are they 50-50? Are they just going to spin the room and move on and ignore the problem? Or are they going to go in and are they going to go in and just deal with it? So 1 to 3, they just clank, 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 pinion the door, done with it. So that'll be one of the items. 4 to 6, they open the door and go for it. 1 to 2. So they clank, 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 clank this door because they don't feel like dealing with them. Well, their job is to clear the place out. So I think they do have to just deal with them. Okay, well we know that there are wolves in there, and we know they're probably a bit frisky, right? Because they're like, if they've been stuck in there for a while, real mad, I wouldn't mess with them. Said the kobolds. So, what we're going to do is open this door, and she's going to leg it back here and do from range, right? And these 3 are going to hold the line. So, she opens the door, and there are 2 angry wolves in here who see the door is open and will immediately leap to eat. Let's turn these this way so that you can see them in all their beauty. They're gonna dash right out into the fray the moment the door is open. And she's gonna move back a bit. So let's just roll for initiative, right? So the party does go first. But the party isn't going to move, so these guys are going to rush into combat. Yeah. That's interesting. Target exhausted, attacker exhausted. So, a little description of these. See a grassy courtyard, open to the sky. 6 doors, including the one... Have I just read? No, that's definitely 30. That's definitely a 3-0, right? I'm not the blind one. 30. 31. 31. You see a grassy courtyard, open to the sky, 6 doors, including the one by which you entered, line a wall. There are 2 large wolves in the middle of the courtyard. So, it's neither here nor there. But the party gets to range. So, Wolf, armor class B. What be your armor class, Wolf? Your armor class be 7. So she is going to fire, and she misses again. She misses again. And Thea missed. So, physical. Emiliana will attack this one, and these 2 will attack that one. So, Emiliana is pink. Artie is yellow. Tegen is blue. No. This one. So against a 7, Tegan misses, but she's got 2 luck points, so she'll spend a luck point and hit, right? Because she needs an 11 to hit a 7. So she spends a luck point, she hits. Wolves have 3 wounds each, so she hits, and she's with Artie. Artie gets a 19, so Artie hits for sure. And then I think Artie will spend one of her luck points to get double damage and just does away with the wolf in a single fell swoop. An 11 from Emiliana is also a hit, and she will expend a... No, she won't. She'll keep her luck point. So she hits it, and it takes 1 wound. Well, this is the first time I've had to actually track a wound. There you go. And the dog will attack Emiliana. And miss. Next round. Dogs go first. So the dog will attack Emiliana. Athea will shoot first. And she misses. Probably. No. Athea, 9. She will use a luck point and hit. So that wolf now has taken 2 points of damage. And now the wolf attacks Emiliana, misses, and now Emiliana, Artie, and Tegan attack. For 16 is a hit, kills it, but don't get no extra points. Right, those 2 wolves were dispatched quite happily. What's in room 31? We need to expand another turn for the combat. And that marks off another turn. So 31, so we're going to search 31. And I need to bring this back. So searching 31 gives us no reward. Takes another turn. And so turn since last rest 2. I'm pretty sure we should be on turn 4. In fact, we should be on turn 5, because that was turn 5 for the searching this area, and turn 6 is a rest. So we need to rest. Feel rested. Another set of torches. But we cleared that area. What's the time? I can't see any of my clocks. Oh, it's probably time to wrap up. So there we go. That was a bit quicker. Interesting. Yeah, you could definitely tell that at some point they sat down and went, these early adventures we've been running are pretty tough. Lots of the characters are just getting murdered. Maybe we should do something slightly different. And this definitely feels like that. The fact that it's split into separate adventures is quite good. Yeah, this has been cool. And using this has been fun, right? This has been exciting. I think this has been exciting. I hope you think this has been exciting as well. We should probably make a little note that we killed 2 more wolves. Killed 2 wolves. So those are 2 hit dice monsters, which I think is 15 XP? Or is it 20 XP? It is. It is... Where'd it go? General tables. Must be the earlier page. Ah, there it is. 2 hit dice, 20. So that's 40 XP. Cool. Top bananas. It's going well. I enjoyed. We've got... That's kind of also quite a portion of the actual area that we've cleared already, right? So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 31, 30, no, 31, 27, 28, 29 and 16. If next time we come in and we just hit it faster and harder, we could probably do... We'll be playing again on Sunday, I think. So we should be able to hammer this pretty hard on Sunday. Cool. This has been Castle Caldwell, and you've been a beautiful human, and yeah. Also, I need to think about doing some Call of Cthulhu stuff. I don't know whether or not I should pick up the books again, or whether I should dig out my 5th edition book. I don't know how much change there was between the two of them. So I'll have a think about that. Yeah, cool. And I thought the kobolds were funny. That amused me a lot. I was very amused by the kobolds. I'm always amused by the little monsters, but I normally play in a pretty aggressive mode. But I think this adventure allows you to be a bit more laid back, I feel. But yeah, cool. It's been fun. You've been awesome. I've been the Dungeon Slime. I'll slime you later. Bye. Oh, of course, I'm going bye, but I've not set up my ending scene, you see. I have now. Bye.